Dear Gamry users and customers who want to become one. If you work in your lab or to undergo electrochemical studies, you're used to a multi-purpose potentiostat, who usually covers a potential window of 12 volt, for example, and a maximum available current of 1 amp. And the instrument is most likely focusing more on smaller currents than on larger currents. But since several years, the demand for higher currents and in general higher power has increased. And you could pick between the appropriate instrument for your application between, let's say, 1 amp or 5 amp or even 30 amp. You could get with this combination of a reference 3000 and the reference 30K booster, which provides plus minus 30 amp in a potential window of 20 volts. If the current needed for your application has to be higher, Gamry addresses this lack of instruments with its new load power supply interface, or abbreviated LPI. In this case, the fundamental instrument is still the interface 1010E potentiostat you might know from your laboratory already. But when you upgrade the instrument with the load power supply interface accessory kit, you can have either a 10 volt, a 100 volt or a 1000 volt version in combination with an external power supply and its specifications to characterize your DUT. When you turn on the instrument, the default setting is CV internal, which means constant voltage by internal control. And the instrument comes with its own software, and you can make use of it using the USB interface to use this instrument as a standalone external power supply. When you need to make use of the LPI, in the case of the NF power supply, you have to make changes in the front panel setting from CV internal to CC external. And this means constant current by external control, which also makes these analog in and out BNC connectors active to get the signals from your LPI processed within the external power supply.
Here you can see the user interface from the Gamry software, with the interconnected system highlighted with a green button and serial number respectively. Below Options, I have initiated the Gamry Instruments Manager, which already recognized the LPI accessories connected to an interface 1010E standard multipurpose potentiostat. With the Configure button, you can make changes to the detailed remote control between LPI and external power supply. Afterwards, successful calibration using the calibration resistors, Gamry's framework software allows intuitive experiments with larger currents up to 10 volts, 100 volts or even 1000 volts as usual. We have already installed several LPI power supply or load combinations for customers working in many different applications, where you always learn something new. And we are looking forward to demonstrate to you the benefits that come with Gamry's load power supply interface system.